All right, this video is, well, not really demonstrating because I already did this, but it's giving you an idea of how to reset, re-engage the light meter dial on a Retina 3 small c. The problem was that when I would turn this, it wouldn't, like right now it's fixed, but it wouldn't move. I would get this far, and then finally the little needle would move, but it would only move right there. So I knew the gear wasn't engaging correctly inside the light meter. So I tried to search online. I could not find any explanation of how to re-engage it. So I just had to figure it out by myself. It took way too long, so I thought I'd make this video to make it way easier for anybody. So really simple. You need to remove the top of the Retina, the top cover. So in order to do that, there's a screw here. Imagine this is on top of the camera, of course. Small screw there. Take that screw out, and then you remove the film rewind knob. The way I did it, I just pulled it all the way out. I pinched the neck of it with one hand, and then with the other hand, I was able to turn that so the neck wouldn't spin. So you unscrew that. Once you unscrew that, it gives you access to these two small screws. Remove those two small screws, and then this thing just pretty much comes out straight. So then, what you want to do is you want to look down here, and there's three parts to this thing. There's the indicator, little indicator arrow thing. That's one piece. This little tiny metal bar that sits right underneath the dial is a little tiny, little slender bar with gears. That's the second part. The third part is there's a little tiny spring that catches the bottom of this part. So if you could imagine, this is the little arrow. Sorry. This is the little arrow. Right at the back of the arrow, there's a little metal piece that comes down like that. That comes down. That's what the spring hooks in order to create tension for the return. So, in order to reset this whole thing, you just have to, sorry, I'll get that to focus. Okay. So my little bar had slipped, and the little spring thing wasn't engaged properly. So in order to reset everything, you remove this screw, remove the little indicator arrow, put that to the side, and then this little bar, first, what you want to do is turn this dial as far as it'll go clockwise, and then it's going to eventually stop, like right there, it stops. Do that, and then you're going to manually, with either, I'm using my girlfriend's eyebrow pluckers, or any kind of tool, you're going to just slide the little bar all the way down as far as it can go after resetting the light meter knob. So you're going to slide it down as far as it'll go, and once you do that, you're gonna now this took forever, but this is the only way I think you could do it. I took a little pin and I grabbed the little end of the spring, which is like a little hook. I grabbed the end of the spring and I moved it back with one hand. With the second hand, I grabbed my little tweezers and I brought this thing down exactly. You need to bring it down exactly right here. I mean, right this position that it's at, exactly there, without moving the gear bar. Because if you move the gear bar, it's gonna fuck up everything. It's gonna mess up the rotation of where the gears land. So you want to have it land perfectly right there without having this slide back up. Once you do that, with the other hand, I just grabbed the little spring and I went like this. I held it there. I brought the little arrow indicator down, and then I pressed it down with my finger. Pressed it down, and then I let go of the spring. So the spring catches, but you don't want to let go of the arrow, because once the spring catches, it's going to pull on it and it's going to want to pop it out. It happened to me a couple times, and then I had to restart the whole thing because then it moved the bar, yada yada yada. So you're going to press down, then release the spring. So the spring is now engaged at the very back of this, and then while you're pressing down, you just rescrew this back in. As you're pressing down, screw it in until it's nice and tight, and then you can let go. Now the spring has caught on the back of the indicator, and everything is ready to go. And if you did that right, sorry, I have to hold the camera. If you did that right, it'll turn, and then the spring tension will have it release. So this is the part where you're actually turning it up, and then this, the spring is returning it back. And that's pretty much it. I mean, this is, I love doing puzzles, and this was definitely a puzzle because I could not for the life of me figure out how to do this. So hopefully this makes it easier for anyone else who's having the same problem with this. And it's pretty simple once you know how to do it. There's little tiny grooves. If you see right there, you see that here. I'll point with something better. If you see in here, there's like little metal balls, little metal like I don't know what you would call them, but they're attached to the dial, and they run along these grooves. Now, initially, I took these two screws off, took the whole thing apart, and what this does, and why it's so important for this bar to be all the way down, because as you turn the knob, one of those little balls, it runs along a little groove and is pushing this up. It pushes it up, and the spring tension returns it. Yeah, so pretty simple, pretty cool. Hopefully this helps somebody else, so they don't have to go through the hell that I did trying to get this thing to work. And yeah, and once you do all that, you're good to go. And hopefully you still have a working light meter, or else this would all be pointless. The light meter on mine still works. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Hope this was helpful. And I'm going to be posting a couple more Retina IIIc videos, because I also figured out how to adjust the rangefinder on it, which again I had to figure out by myself. But now that I know, it's pretty simple. Just in case, yeah, well, that'll be for another video. But yeah, mine had a problem. It wouldn't focus correctly at infinity. It was off. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I hope this was helpful. Thanks.